Hey, everybody, welcome back to Tip Tuesday. As always, I am your host, Clarity Architect of Simplify Your Brand and Chief Tech Ninja of Simplify Your Tech, Kat Milner. So let me ask you this. Let's start out with a question this week. If you suddenly had a perfect website, a perfect funnel, and all of your automations are working flawlessly, would clients automatically start saying yes more often? Most people assume the answer is yes. But what I have learned after years of building systems is that something usually so much simpler can make the biggest difference. So here's what I mean. When client attraction is feeling inconsistent, the instinct for most business owners is to add something: a new platform, a better booking system, a lead magnet funnel, a different lead magnet, email automations, and something that finally just makes everything work perfectly. Now, none of this is wrong, and absolutely none of it is bad. Systems matter, technology matters. I help my clients put these systems in place every single day so I know what I'm talking about, and absolutely I believe in them. But what I've noticed, however, is that results don't really change after a new system is added. And often people feel confused. They're like, well, this thing was supposed to make all this difference. Why isn't it working? They're thinking, well, maybe I picked the wrong tool. Maybe I need the funnel to be better. Maybe I just need to market more. Or even worse, maybe I'm not meant to do this. So, very often, the real issue is not the system or the technology at all. There is a moment that happens in nearly every business. You realize that you're not completely sure how to describe your work and what you do in a way that feels simple and clear. Or you notice that you're not entirely clear on who your work is best suited for. Or when someone asks, so what changes when someone works with you? The answer feels longer and more complicated and convoluted than it really needs to be. And instead of stopping there, so many people say, you know what, I'm going to come back to that later after I've got clients, when I've got money coming in, then I'll come back and I'll do that work. Later, after the website's done, after the funnel's built, later when I have more clients. And that feels logical. It seems practical. But it's also the point where things start to feel harder than they really need to be. Because when the foundations of your business, who do you serve? How do you serve them? And what is the transformation you create, are not fully crystal clear, everything else has to work so much harder. Your marketing has to explain more. Your content has to do more heavy lifting. Conversations take forever to start to resonate with your ideal client. And those potential clients take longer to, if ever, to recognize that you are the one that they are looking for, that you're the right fit for them. But once your foundations are absolutely crystal clear, something really interesting happens. The same tools that once felt really complicated and overwhelming start to feel like they're supporting you. Your message becomes so much easier to say. People understand who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Your website makes so much more sense. Your emails become easier to write. Systems begin working with you instead of feeling like it's something you constantly have to manage. So technology amplifies clarity. It doesn't replace it. Think of it this way: when you simplify, you amplify. Now, I wrote a blog this week that goes deeper into this idea, because one of the biggest patterns I see with amazing, capable, talented coaches, they're working hard, they're showing up, they're doing what they've been taught to do, they're doing all the things, and yet they're still wondering why client attraction, why attracting those ideal clients feels so much more difficult than expected. Very often it comes back to one step that was postponed, not because it wasn't important, because it didn't feel urgent at the time. Now, in the blog, I do talk about what that step actually is and why so many people delay it without meaning to, and what begins to shift once it's properly in place. So if your client attraction has felt inconsistent or like you're doing a lot of effort without getting the traction that you expected, I think this is going to resonate for you. You'll find the link to the blog in the comments. And if while listening to this, you've had the thought, I'm tired of spinning. I don't want to keep guessing at these things. I'm hosting a live event called Clarity Means Clients. And we work through these exact foundational questions together in a guided, supported way. It's designed to help you step back, get crystal clear, and make sure that your messaging, your marketing, and your systems have something really solid to build from. You'll also find the link to that event in the comments, and I'd love for you to take a look. Now, most of the time, attracting clients is not about doing more. It's about making it easier for the right people to recognize that you are the one that they have been looking for and that you are the one to help them. So once that becomes crystal clear, everything else will begin to move so much more easily. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you next time.